Maybe they were the ones plotting to kidnap Sachin. Let's go to the Academia and check with Araf.
Ah, you're here. Sorry, I was just about to send someone to inform you. I only just finished interrogating the suspects.
What did you find out?
Well, the mercs themselves were surprisingly easy to catch. But then it starts to get messy.
What? Why would someone want to kidnap their—
It's anybody's guess at this point. In any event, we're diverting manpower as we speak to—
Sure! Let's go get to the bottom of all this!
Take it easy.
Are you sure this is the right place? Something feels off.
I'm positive. But I don't understand why they're all
Boss, we got more company.
Look, we were just doing what we were paid to do. You're punishing the wrong people here. You want the real culprit? It's this guy.
What happened? Who beat you all up?
Wait, you mean you aren't with them?
With who? Who did this?
First there was this flying brat. Didn't bother asking any questions, just started throwing punches. After that, some guy wearing green came along and...
I've got the confirmation I needed. This is the one who masterminded this whole plot. Giovanni. If you have any questions for him, now's your chance to ask.
So why did you hire people to kidnap Sachin?
What do you think? 20 years ago, he upped and left to go and live a carefree life, not giving a second thought for my welfare. As if that's not bad enough already, he went and put his entire fortune in the care of the Academia, along with a contract saying that one day he'd pass it all on to a genius he admired. That's my inheritance. But of course! Didn't he say he would be here somewhere, watching the championship from the shadows? So, I figured I'd get some people to nab him. Then I make him change the contract. No, the old fart knows how to stay hidden. I already thought he'd gone mad 20 years ago. Diadem of knowledge. You mean that thing he donated to the Academia? Well, I can tell you that it's very expensive. He sold a lot of assets to purchase it back in the day. Weird things started happening after he brought it home, too. For example, sometimes we'd hear a high-pitched voice coming from the storage room. Also, before donating it to the Academia, he once shut himself in that same storeroom and researched it non-stop for days. Something was already seriously wrong with him by that point. Nothing he did shocked me.
What do you mean, something wrong with him?
I only have a vague memory of it, since I was very young. When he finally did return, he was a changed person. I asked if I could see what he'd written, but he chased me out of the room. Later, he went out somewhere and took his written essays with him. Part of me wonders whether he'd already stopped being my father by...
Okay, you can stop now. You're creeping Paimon out.
You can believe me or not. Doesn't matter to me. I told you all I know. But if you do see Sachin, tell him this for me. Whatever it is that he's researching out there, he'll always be garbage in my eyes.
You finished? In that case, come with us. Well, we finally caught the guy behind all this. Do you still have any lingering concerns?
Yeah!
Scribe Al-Haytham looked into the... Understood. Well, if you believe there to be an issue with the diadem, I'd suggest contacting the organizers and getting them to pause the competitions while we investigate.
That makes sense. Okay then, let's get back to the venue. We need...
You're finally back. Where have you been? I looked.
We were out captured, but that's not important right now.
The diadem? The diadem of knowledge has been used in every Okay, here's the situation. The diadem is in the third round. Contestants have to go into Mount Deima Forest, find the diadem, bring it back, and place it on the stand. The first person, considering how close the scores are between our contestants, whoever wins as such, I suspect I'll mark the diadem's location for you. Please head there immediately.
All right, let's go. That's weird. The locator stopped working. Is the forest interfering with it? Ugh. Let's just go grab the diadem.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Uh-oh. This place looks empty. Did someone already take it? Well, we might as well head back and see if anyone's turned it in.
Oh, looks like Layla has seized the diadem. But getting to the goal won't be easy.
That guy enters the fray.
Horizon's device has gone haywire.
The competition is heating up. Oh. And here's Kaveh bringing up the rear.
to its owner.
Yes, that's right. Put the diadem in place, and you shall gain all you desire.
Who are you? I need you to get out of my head!
I am confident that you will not disappoint me.
What just happened to me?
Something's wrong.
I got a new letter from them.
Come, Kaveh. Come to me, my...
How do you know my name?
I am Sachin. Well, to be precise, I am but a fragment of Sachin's mind. Fate is a curious thing. Seeing you reminds me of another I want. We meet for the first time, children. But what I mean to say now, you have all performed outstandingly in this International Champion. But if I were to choose a successor, I would choose you, Kaveh.
Me? Similar to...
Why, yes. Both of us have the misfortune to be idealists. And that is the source of our misery. 28 years ago, I came to the desert and lived there for 8 full years. What do you think I saw there? Alas, endless strife and slaughter. Conflict over water sources. Robbing of merchant caravans. Exploitation of the people relentlessly, day after. The things I witnessed there tormented me greatly. I wished desperately to find a way to save them.
So, did you find a way?
As a Vahumana scholar, I tried to use Vahumana knowledge. I researched history and anthropology, performed countless experiments on human nature, but in the end, I found that the answer I sought, it was not possible to simply assign blame for these transgressions. The aim of my research was to draw lessons from history. But what I discovered was that history, after this realization, I could no longer see the meaning in anything that I had ever learned. But before I went through with it, a strange twist of fate led me to come into the possession of this diadem, which has the ability to...
As I thought. The contract you signed with the Academia was in essence your will. But if you'd given up hope on this world, why did you feel the need to do this?
I mentioned that I had performed a great many experiments concerning human nature. The Academia has no shortage of genius talents, nurturing the brightest minds of every generation.
I see. So you desired a successor who was not only a genius, but who also understood the suffering of ordinary people.
Huh?
But did you ever consider that wealth numbs the human heart to the pain in the world? Even an idealist may be incapable of following through on your wishes after inheriting your wealth.
You are highly intelligent, yet you are not the sort of person who would understand my line of thinking. Whether my successor suffers as a consequence of my research, I grieve the fundamental sickness of the world. And this, Kaveh, my dear child, is why you will be of great utility to me.
You're absolute...
I have faith in what I see in you. Now wear the diadem, Kaveh, and complete the journey that I... Will the verdict I reached cause you suffering? Or will this newfound wealth numb your heart? I look forward to your answer. All of my research materials are being stored at our...
I've heard enough! My life's enough of a mess already. The last thing I need is more suffering. Keep your Mora. I don't need it. Didn't you say that you saw a lot of people in pain? Well, if that's the case, then your wealth can go to them.
Are you alright? Any physical discomfort?
I'm fine. Thanks, Tainari. Don't worry about me.
Don't push yourself too hard.
Kaveh.
Kaveh may have broken the diadem, but he successfully completed the. According to the rules, this makes him the victor of round 3. Points-wise, this also makes him the winner of the Inter-Darshan Championship. As the champion and Sachin's personally designated successor, Kaveh has obtained the rights to inherit the entirety of his estate. For the avoidance of doubt, can you confirm that it is your intention to donate all of Sachin's wealth?
Like I said, he thought that the world is a bad place. Well then, rejecting the world will achieve nothing.
All right. As the scribe, I will make a record of this incident on file. The sages will contact you in person for details on how exactly Sachin...
That sounds fine. I don't know if his research findings were right, nor would I know how to finish his... But what I do know is that by ending this here, no contestants will have to suffer. We won't be the last. There will be more championships to come. Sachin's words can only cause pain, but not anymore. No one else has to hear them now. We're all scholars here. I know full well that shutting down his views like this is autocratic and arrogant. Fine by me. I'll bear that. It's the least I can do. And, well, it's the only thing I can do.
Well said. What you've expressed is a sense of justice and idealism that many aspire to, but few dare follow through with. I say this despite the fact that, in my view, it's quite ridiculous. You have long been aware of what you're... Nevertheless, your perspective is well suited to appearing in a victory speech.
What? Please. I don't need your insincere praise. Anyway, this isn't the time or place for debates. Keep your commentary focused on the competition.
Congratulations, Kaveh. Also, you'll need to prepare for the award ceremony. Looks like the ceremony will be held at the main venue.
Thank you all for... Finally, it gives me great pleasure to invite... Typically at this point, we would crown our champion with the diadem. However, we...
Sachin's estate is getting...
So much Mora. And he gave it all up?
Kaveh's generosity will give many struggling families the chance to change their lives for the better. Of course, without the diadem and prize money to present, this makes the award ceremony a little more concise than expected. Would you like to...
I'm not entirely sure what I should say under these circumstances. I'm glad to have won. As for why I want to give the Mora away, I don't support Sachin's views, and I don't want to take his Mora. Anyway, this isn't really the time and place for such weighty and complicated topics. So, I guess that's all.
Oh, Kaveh, just one moment. While this is a short and sweet award ceremony, we do still have a prize to present you with. Please take this limited edition Genius Invocation Additionally, your champion status will be logged in your record. This means...
All right, I'll take the card.
In that case, I declare the award ceremony over. Let's give our champion Kaveh one last big round of applause.
I still don't really get it. The sum of Mora would have been enough for me to live in luxury for my entire life.
That just means you're not strange enough to understand the way that geniuses think. Come on, we've still got the whole Wisdom Gala to explore.
Glad that's over. I think I'm quite good at giving speeches, but this one was just so tiring.
Do you mean that you're still exhausted from the competition?
I suppose.
So you're gonna give it to him?
Why would I do that?
Whoa, whoa! This is a super big deal! You should do it yourself! Come on, let's go find Sino.
Huh?
But I was gonna rest for a while longer. Hey, stop pulling!
What you looking at, Sino?
I'm still thinking about the Sachin.
Well, they gave me this limited edition...
But it's a limited edition.
What else would I do with...
But it's limited edition.
Oh, that's not what I meant at all. Yes, I have all sorts of problems, but that has absolutely nothing to do with this card.
All right. In that case, but now that I realize that you have no concept of its value, how about this? I shall buy it from you at a fair price.
Oh, come on. It's just one card. How much could it really be worth?
1 million more at the very least.
Huh? How much?
1 million more?
If you feel that's too low, I can...
1 million more for a card? But you...
Not every card is this valuable, and so...
Huh. Well, I guess they must pay you, but really, it's fine.
Don't feel bad. I save a lot. I can spare them more of...
You don't spend all your savings on your hobbies, do you?
Sounds like you're speaking from personal experience.
I don't want to talk about it.
In that case, maybe you're the one who should be listening to your advice. In any case, I, Sino, will take this precious card, and it shall join the deck of destiny.
All right, if you insist. Far be it from me to refuse your courtesy any further. Well... At least I'll be able to keep on top of my bills this month. Maybe I'll even have some left over.
Well, this is what they call all's well that ends well. Paimon wonders how the other contestants...
I'm telling you, you can't go wrong taking advice.
Really? Well, then, sure, Madame Farz.
Farazan! Nilu! Even Dia and Candace are here! What are you all up to?
Candace and I bumped into these two. Madame Faruzan here's pretty friendly.
I don't really see anything I'm familiar with. Let's go with the plain fabric as our base. And embroider...
wait a sec. You sure that...
Don't worry. This style is a timeless classic.
No thanks. This is actually...
Wait. Madame Farazan's right. That style is a classic. If you don't mind, how about I pick some clothes out for everyone? It's not...
Sure. I'm happy to leave it to you.
I'll come with you to have a look. One always has to keep on top of what the youth...
Madame Farazan? Come quick! She's over here!
Who are you?
We're new in the academia. We saw all the amazing...
Of course I do.
That's great!
I'm from Haravatat.
Huh? But you seem like an expert in machines. Wait, sorry. I remember now. You were representing the Haravatat Darshan. Oh, their classes are so boring, though. I'm sorry, ma'am. Let me know if you...
I knew it. What about you? Aren't you going to leave with your friend?
I think you're amazing, Madame Farazan. And I'd like to... I can take the class you're teaching as an option.
I see. You're a good egg, child.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Well, I won't...
I don't quite understand what happened.
Traveler, Paimon, would you two like to come and pick out some...
Sorry, we can't. We've got a meal with Kaveh later, and we have to check in with all the other contestants. Oh, by the way, have any of you seen Hat Guy?
I don't know where Hat Guy went. We just saw Layla not too long ago, but she was hanging out with some other
Ratawahist students? Oh, she didn't end up winning, so Paimon wonders...
I'm sorry, everyone. I could have done better in the 3rd round.
Oh, stop it. If you're going to beat yourself up after doing as well as you did, how bad does that make us look, huh? Heck,
I didn't see the whole thing, but you were the only contestant who scored points in both the first 2 rounds. And I heard that you actually found the diadem first in round 3.
I just got lucky, I think.
that can't be true. You had some really stiff competition out there. The renowned Tainari from Amorta, even Sino the General Mahamatra was there. You're amazed. Getting points off them is a huge achievement. The way
Thanks a lot. But I really don't think I qualify.
Come on, don't be so hard on yourself. Let's go. Cheer up, Layla. The rest of today...
Looks like things are going well for Layla. We haven't seen Hat Guy since the end of the competition.
Take it easy.
Are you sure you have enough to cover this? Don't blow it all at once.
Don't worry. I budgeted very carefully, and this is well within my means. Anyway, I've lost count of how many times you've treated me. Oh, Traveler, Paimon, over here.
Ooh, look at all this. Good food, here we come!
I heard that you went to see the other contestants. How's everyone doing?
Farazan found herself a student, and Layla's classmates are bowled over by how well she did.
Alhaitham's gone missing in action, too. The one time I'm actually in a good enough mood to treat him to a nice meal, he disappears without a trace. That guy. Where the heck could he... Well, whatever. He can do what he wants. Now, let's eat.
You shocked me a little when you hurled the diadem to the ground. On further reflection, of course, it made sense, but at the time I was expecting at least some amount of deliberation.
Sachine's voice started talking to me inside my head from the moment I picked it up. I could feel his emotion. He bombarded me with his ideas relentlessly. Like I was saying at the time, his views are not necessarily completely without value. But if all his research does is lead to misfortune...
If his forbidden research were to spread in a harmful form and cause people to suffer...
I think you did the right thing. I suppose another way to approach it would have been to... I won't comment on his theories or experiments, but I don't believe that he was careless in his choice of candidate.
Perhaps. I just think that if you accept someone else's things...
That's a good thing. It means that...
Thank you, oh my god, thank you. See, you get me, Kale. It's a good thing Alhaitham isn't here right now. He'd be quick to explain why you're wrong.
Seems like you always include him in the conversation.
Yep. No dinner with Kaveh is complete.
I sense that Alhaitham has in fact been...
He's here? Where? Why didn't you tell me?
He lives rent-free in each of our hearts.
That was horrifying. It literally sent chills down my spine.
Good thing you didn't say that before we started eating. That would have killed the mood in a heartbeat.
All right, enough about Alhaitham. Tainari, did you...
I did. In the first round, in fact. Word of mouth proved very effective. I spoke to a handful of people, they told their friends, and so... Oh, are you free next month? You...
About what? I don't know the first thing about anything Amorta-related.
Just play to your strengths. For instance, you could talk about the distinguishing features of rainforest architecture. Or ask everyone...
Oh, well, that's no problem. Sure, I'll make time. Has everyone had enough to eat?
I'm full. Thanks. Paimon's super full, too. If only we could eat like this every day.
Yeah, we should do this more often. Work will always be there, but seeing friends is
Sounds good. We should pick a few other places as backup.
There are other good places around here too? Whoa, don't forget to invite us if you go. There's nothing we love more than good food.
Kaveh, do you have plans after this?
I was thinking of maybe going to the academia for some alone time. Nothing set in stone, though. Why do you ask?
I'm not drunk. Not yet.
Since everyone is free, why don't we play a few matches of...
Eager to show off your new
Not to show off. This is my way of thanking you for your help. Only my best friend will have the honor of seeing this.
All right, sure. I didn't bring my deck with me, though, so I'll need to borrow one.
Actually, Master, I made a new one a few days...
Don't tell me you've been spending all your study hours playing cards.
Come on, no need to be so stern. They do say that your innate interests are your best teacher, don't they?
Scores alone only gives you one side of the story.
What a mind fish.
But all
Well, it looks like this Inter-Darshan Championship's a wrap. All that stuff with Sachin and the diadem got sorted... Oh, right! Yeah, Sachin said that he placed it... It might be dangerous. Holy smokes, you're right! He said he spent all the time researching... All right then, let's head off to Ara Village and try our luck!
Didn't expect to run into you here.
Oh, hey, them. What are you reading?
Sachin's notes? Yes, I came across his profile while I was organizing some documents. If it wasn't for that, I never would have agreed to being a commentator. I had a hunch after seeing the fragment of his mind, and sure enough, I came here and found—
Wait! So, you've read it already? Are you alright? How do you feel?
I think you may have misunderstood something. The reason Sachin chose that architect to inherit his research was that only one who resonates with these sentiments would suffer and begin to think of history as bleak, the present as perplexing, and the future as pessimistic. Empathy is a double-edged sword. Clearly, I am not the same sort of person. Empaths have many friends, and their wide social circle comes with certain societal advantages.
Why's that?
All important things in life involve, if you really want to achieve your goals, you have to be prepared to make enemies along the way. And that reality is like the material here. Objective, heavy.
So, what are your thoughts now that you've read it?
As a scholar, Sachin was without a doubt a genius. He laid the blame for the darkness in the world square.
So, people are bad? And things can only...
That is not a question for me to answer. Someone else will arrive shortly. You can ask them instead. All I will say is that the world is not built on lofty ideals may provide no defense at all against nihilism, but perhaps little decisions can. By their own choice, the idealist seeks to bring happiness to all while denying themselves the same. Thus, they shall never reach even the borders of truth. I've never been able to agree with certain philosophies, but sadly, all viewpoints will find their support. All right then, I got what I came for. These research materials are yours to look after. I'll be off.
Wait, so you came here just to read this stuff?
Get together? Ah, yes, that makes sense.
Guess what? Kaveh treated it...
Then I'm sure he packed up the leftovers for me. See ya.
And there he goes. Well, it seems like he really wasn't affected by this research. He said that someone else would answer... Traveler, Paimon, you're already here. Nahida! Oh, and that guy. Wait, so you asked him to take part in the championship? Yes, it was me. Are you surprised? Did you know that there was something wrong with the diadem from... Because Sachin's research is not... These are the crystallization of his wisdom. So instead, I had Hat Guy here help me keep an eye on things.
Seriously? I think you can stop calling me that now.
Why? Don't you like it? Well, anyway, if Sachin's chosen successor hadn't been able to handle his research, or if it had brought pain to more people...
And after all that, the person Sachin chose turned his nose up at his life's work.
I was also hoping that this could be an opportunity for you to learn how to interact with people normally.
That wasn't necessary. I'm still paying you back for your help. And
Nahida, what did you mean by Sachin's research is not mistaken? Does that mean that you approve? Put it this way, some people only see the mushroom on the shroom boar's back, and they conclude that the shroom boar is a mushroom. Others see only the shroom boar's body, and they declare that the shroom boar is a boar. Still others look deeper inside and determine that the shroom boar is meat. These conclusions are all correct in their own way, but Paimon kinda gets it. The world is the same way. No one, not even I included, can understand it in its entirety. Within the confines of our limited knowledge, in truth, the most important thing isn't what state the world. Ultimately, my duty as the god of wisdom is to...
That was a long speech. So what are you actually going to do with...
Because Kaveh, as the successor of this research, does not wish to see these ideas... But even though Sachin's research could be considered negative wisdom, it is still a building... I also look forward to the day that a member of the Vahumana Darshan can not only comprehend his theories, but...
Vahumana doesn't have that kind of talent. I don't remember signing up to become a scholar. Don't you think I'm useful enough to you as...
Oh boy, here we go. You think so? Well, to that, I would say that in Sumeru, even prisoners have a right to an education. I hope that your studies in Vahumana will help you deal with your own fate, and learn how best to settle old debts from your past. I will review your final thesis myself. I'm expecting great things from you, Mr. Hat Guy.